Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aaron and today we are talking about kids and housework. Is it important for them to be trained? Does it matter if they know how to work? And if so, how do we even train them? So let's start. So we'll start by discussing why it's important to introduce work to kids as early as possible. Number one is so that children understand and embrace the fact that work is part of life and that it's actually good. If you introduce work to them early, they'll realize that this is how life is. This is what life is about. Life is about working. Vis-a-vis introducing work to them when they are much older, they're not used to working and they're wondering what's going on here, what's happening, I'm not supposed to work, things like that. So it's important for them to embrace the fact that work is good as early as possible. It's beneficial for you, for your kids to know how to do work around the house because they come in handy if you're busy, ill, or if you don't have help. Like for example, it's almost Christmas season, the house managers are going to go and then you're going to see Katemba in the house, you know. The managers are gone, the kids don't know how to work, you at work, or you're busy and suddenly the house is, But if your kids know how to work, house manager or no house manager, the house will still function. Whether you're fine or not, the house will still function. So teach your kids to work. When your kids know how to do work, it encourages teamwork. Imagine a situation where you wake up in the morning, a child is doing the dishes, the other is sweeping the courtyard, the other is mopping, another is doing breakfast. There's that element of teamwork, and in the end you even bond. Imagine like if you're washing clothes and you're like three, there's someone doing the first wash, then there's someone else doing the other second wash, and then there's someone doing the third wash, and someone else is hanging the clothes on the line. So do you see how you have teamwork and bonding? So yeah, those are the things I could think of as to why we need to teach our children to work, aside from the fact that also our God above worked. Now that we know that it's good to teach our kids housework as early as possible, how do we do it? Like, how do you train a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old how to do this housework? Isn't it dangerous? Won't they get hurt? This is what we're going to be talking about. Tip number one, give age-appropriate tasks. You don't have to start by telling the child to peel matoke before they even learn how to use a knife. You can give age-appropriate tasks, like for example, if you have changed their diaper, give the child the diaper and ask them to take it to the dustbin. After they've eaten, ask them to clear the table. After they've been playing, ask them to clean up. So when you introduce work in such gentle ways, it does not hurt the child, it does not overwhelm the child, and they are able to embrace the idea of work more easily. Tip number two, work with them. The easiest way for kids to learn is through imitation. So if you're working with them, for example, maybe if you're cleaning up their play area and you're picking the toys and you're putting them in a particular area, they are going to learn that this is how things are done. This is where this is put, that after playing I have to clean up. If you're doing the dishes with them and they're seeing how you're cleaning the outer side of the cup, the lower side, inside, the handle, while they are watching, that is how they're going to learn. So remember to work with them or alongside them, and also sometimes just allow them to watch. There are things that they're going to learn by just watching you over time. Maybe you think it's dangerous, and so you just keep doing. Well, they watch you, and after a while, you realize that they actually know how to do something because you have allowed them to watch you while you're working. This is of saying, go away, don't watch me, don't watch TV. They're actually dangerous to you and to your child. So allow them to watch you as you do the different tasks around the house. Even if you've taken them like to where you work from, allow them to watch you. They're actually absorbing information, and that way they're learning how to work. Tip number three, while training your kids on how to work, you need to be open to mess. There's no way your kids are going to learn how to do housework around the house if you do not allow room for mess. Of course, it's going to be messy the first time you allow your child to, wash utensils. They might get wet. If you allow them to wash with you, they are probably going to be more wet than the clothes, and then now you have wet clothes, and then they have to change. All that inconvenience and the mess, you have to give room for it, because it's through that inconvenience and that mess that they're actually learning. So embrace the inconvenience. It's not gonna be easy. Embrace the mess. It's not gonna be easy or fun, but the kids are learning, and so you have to look at the end goal so that you're able to tolerate the process. In addition to the mess, give room for imperfection, because your child is young and they have not done this for as long as you have. They're not going to do it perfectly. Even if they're just cleaning up their toys, they may leave a toy there, or they may place something haphazardly, or if they're washing utensils, it may not be as clean. If they are sweeping, they may leave some dust or some dirt in the house. Give room for that imperfection. You appreciate the job they've done, then you correct them gently. You tell them, you know what, good job. It would be even better if you clean up here also, because you forgot to do it, or you didn't see it, something like that. Once you allow when you allow the imperfection, you encourage the child. But these things of allowing your child to lay the bed, and then after they've laid it, you come and you straighten it out, you are silently communicating that they are not good enough, or they are not doing a good enough job, and so they may develop a negative attitude towards work. But if you've told the child lay the bed, and clearly in your eyes it's not laid, leave it like that. There you're showing that you have confidence in them, you believe in them and their ability to do the work, and so you're encouraging them. So yeah, give room for imperfection. Tip number 5 is consistency and repetition. Young children learn through consistency and doing something over and over and over and over. So if you want your child to lay their bed, you have to teach them. You're working alongside them, but you have to do it repeatedly. You don't do it once in 2 months and you think they'll learn, then you say, that one, she doesn't like working, she has failed to learn how to lay the bed. No, do it today, do it tomorrow, weekly, monthly, for the whole year, whatever time it takes. Just be consistent and repetitive. That's how your child is going to learn. And finally, and probably the hardest one, is you have to be patient. You guys, when a child is doing something, a task which takes 5 minutes will probably take them 30 minutes. And it can be so irritating and annoying to you as a parent. You feel like they are delaying you. You could do it better and faster. But if you do it, the child won't learn. So you have to train yourself, control yourself to be patient as the child, does the task. Like when a child is feeding themselves, they're going to be messy, they're going to take longer, but they are learning how to feed themselves. Or if they're wiping the table, it's going to be a longer time. It's going to take a longer time, but it will be worth it in the end. When your child has finally mastered the art of doing that particular task, you'll be glad. So go to the supermarket and buy as much patience as you can, so that you help your child to learn. So that's all I could come up with on tips on how to train your child to do housework. Let me know what you think, or what we can do as parents as we train our kids how to work in the comment section. I'll be excited to read them and connect with you. Thank you for watching. Bye.